Chapter 16, The Fords of Arnon. After the Assyrian invasion of Moab, the surviving daughters of Moab have fled from place to place, but there was no green thing to be found. Possibly because of drought, warfare, or even nuclear fallout, many waters are poisoned and food is almost non-existent. And now these wretched stragglers find themselves at the fords of Arnon, deep within the walls of a steep canyon. Evidently, they've heard of a Zion-like people who has successfully repelled the invaders. So the Moabites appeal to them for help. These half-dead refugees send a lamb or an offering to this Zion people and beg them for admittance into their abode for protection. They say that if these people will accept their appeal, God will make them great and place one of them on the throne of David. But they're speaking deceitfully. They really have no faith whatsoever in God. The people of Zion know the Moabites. They know of their wickedness and treachery, having heard of their excessive pride and lies. They know that the Moabites still worship false gods and are not worthy to enter into the presence of Christ, who now dwells in Zion. The people of Zion reject these entreaties and declare that Moab shall howl for Moab. In other words, these stricken refugees will continue to suffer until they too bend the knee and accept Christ and his prophets in faith, something that, amazingly, may never happen in this life. The Moabites' pride is indeed excessive. Their vineyards and orchards may have once stretched out far and wide, but they, and the culture they came from, have become a wilderness. Again, this is a prophecy for our day. Isaiah is using the ancient Assyrians' attack on Moab as a type of what will happen in the last days to a kindred people of covenant Israel. As mentioned in the previous video, Moab seems to correspond to the rich and productive land of America's west coast. 16 cities will be destroyed quickly, and all their defenses will evaporate in the face of the Assyrian onslaught. Isaiah, seeing this in vision, is so grief-stricken that he says, "I will water thee with my tears." Just the vision of Moab's suffering torments him almost beyond endurance. He laments that for all its large populace, there shall be very few left. The annihilation of Moab, or in the latter days of a similar people, will be beyond description, almost beyond imagination, and even Isaiah is reduced to tears. Again, this is Isaiah circling back to give greater detail to the invasion he initially saw in his timeline in chapters 5 and 10. So these events will begin toward the beginning of Isaiah's timeline, but then will go on for years. As he said, within 3 years Moab's glory shall become ignominy. In other words, within 3 years from the beginning of these destructions, Moab, a proud and rich people, will be reduced to fading memories. Indeed, the burden of Moab is great, almost incomprehensible, but it will happen, for Isaiah has decreed it, and his words too are great. If you'd like to learn more about Isaiah's prophecies for our day, please go to the website, thewordsofisaiah.com. I'm Curtis Taylor with The Words of Isaiah.